is bringing in a lot of views, but there is still a concern that the projected salary cap, which is supposed to increase by 10% per year, it may not go up by 10%. It may not go up by 10%, right? It is a good chance that the money could be a little, maybe it goes up by 5%. But now we talk about Giannis or we talk about Apron. Now that means less money for the players and more, tightening of the book. So now guys are not going to get paid. And then you're going to see guys like, damn, what happened to them? Man, it's a shame that, they're not in the league. So that's just what it is. And then like my man Knicks recap. Was that the Knicks recap? Or somebody called up earlier and talked about expansion teams, that's going to hurt things even worse
Oh, yeah,
because now teams are going to,
you was talking about
huh?
Seattle and Las Vegas. Possibility was it 2028?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Because guess what, Mello? They all share the same money. It's not more money that comes in. It's the money that's there. We all divvy it up.
there you go.
So now you're talking about an even more tighter structure, and you may lose some of your players.
Hmm.
Now Mo Diawara is out of there, because you can't protect everyone in the draft.
That's
So
true. Yeah. Just to piggyback about Phil Jackson, one of my other pet peeves was that with all the cachet, the New York Knicks, the number one media market here, it's New York City, and you give us rookie coaches, guys that don't really have any type of
right,
coaching experience. I couldn't understand that, and we had to work against the grain against that too. It was almost like the setup for failure. So when you really
yeah,
connect the dots from the moment he came in, I believe, he didn't even appear for the draft pick situation too. Uh,
right,
I think when they drafted the KP, I don't think he was present for that. Didn't attend
no,
the summer leagues neither. So all these things added up, and if you connect it, it spells to me, I don't care. As a
yes,
fan, that's the way I'm looking at it, right?
yeah,
When you give love, you feel the love, and
yeah,
obviously he didn't showcase that. To be honest with you, it was really a dark moment. It was just
right,
unfortunate that Carmelo was in the midst of all that and kind of took a hit with everything because you know when things like this happen, it takes a hit on your legacy. It
yeah,
this is the story that you tell. You
right,
leave Denver, you go to New York, you go to Oklahoma, you finish it off at LA, but then all the turmoil that happened with it. I mean, it's just a lot of things. And I think Phil kind of put in a bad word against Melo too, and kind of didn't help neither. And that's another
yeah,
reason why people can say whatever they want about Carmelo Anthony, but uh, I got his back 100%. So it has nothing to do that I love Carmelo Anthony. It's just the way that Phil Jackson handled the whole situation. I think
yeah,
anybody with any common sense would be able to see that and make the same judgment.
right. Yeah, his heart wasn't in the right place. They threw the $60 million at him, and from what I remember, maybe this is not completely the 100% truth, but he didn't want the job, but they gave him so much money that it was like, well, you give me $60 million, the highest pay for an executive up until that point in time. I'm going to take, like, how you tell somebody, yeah, all right, if it's a job, okay, I'll do it for 2,000, but normally this job is $1,000, but you really don't want to do it, so you give them a price that's so high that you like, they're not going to pay that. Oh, here's the 2,000. You're like, damn, now I got to do this job. I
Yeah,
really don't want to do it. And that's what it was with Phil, because it had all these restrictions. He doesn't need to fly nowhere,
remember that?
right? Right. He doesn't have to come to road games and all of these stipulations on stuff that he didn't even evaluate the talent.
There
You
you
know,
go, bingo. That's it. And here's the main one. We're gonna add 10 million to that 60. I believe it was 70 million.
right?
Okay,
70 million.
70
Mm-hmm.
million on that. But guess what? He couldn't visit his team, but he was flying out to LA to go see Jeannie Buss. That
Mm,
relationship, remember that was his girl. He
that was
made
his
he made
girl,
time for her, making commercials
right?
for the Derek Jeter farewell. Remember? Salute
Mm-hmm.
to number two, who was in the commercial. Jeannie Buss and Phil Jackson together in that limousine or cab, whatever it was, saluting the captain. Yeah. So all these
Crazy
things start
stuff.
coming back. You start reminiscing. It's just like I said, a dark moment for the New York Knicks. And again, if you go into diving into Phil Jackson, it's easy to connect the dots. And here's another thing. James James Dolan didn't pick Phil. It was a mutual friend in between the two that ended up having those two guys
Connecting the
kind of,
dots. Yeah.
yeah, to get him to talk, and then that's where it went forward. So I believe James Dolan kind of trusted this guy, like, let's make it happen, because he was
Yeah.
looking for a big name, and that was the name to go to. Who wouldn't, right? A guy that has
Yeah.
more rings than the two hands can handle. He's got 11.
Right. So yeah. So you thinking it'll translate to the front office?
There you go.
It don't work.
There you go.
It's sort of like with Coach Tibbs in Minnesota.
Yeah.
He was a good coach, in Chicago. They said, all right, we're gonna make him the executive.
Hmm.
And that's hard, because I guess maybe he's not the best collaborator,
Collaborator.
according to Dolan and those guys. Tibbs, he's not a collaborator. Um, so it's just a different ball game when you got to run the team too.
It's
And
not for it's not
what
for everybody. It's not for everybody.
no, it's not for everybody. But what makes Leon Rose brilliant is that he comes from the agent side. So he knows talent,
And
right? He
he's got the
knows
connections.
bingo. He has the connections. So this is a perfect transition. You got to look at the person and what they're doing. I think Rich Paul would be great too if he ever decided to go into being a manager. You just got to know talent and
Mhm.
connections. And, it just so happens that your son, runs the company that you started, and he happens to represent half of the players on your team. With
Absolutely.
TAA, the mafia. But it- that's what it comes with. So I think Leon Rose made the right job. Whoever introduced him to Leon Rose, they did a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that
Yeah.
I'm sure that he has his own stipulations as well, but this one he got, James Dolan got the right one. And we haven't seen a GM until the two guys we were just mentioning before with Andy Grunfeld and Dave Checketts. That was the last time the Knicks were relevant, where they were picking great
Yeah.
talent with Spreewell, Houston, bringing
Yeah.
these guys aboard and trying to,
Mm-hmm.
form a championship team, making the trades, possible so that we can grow, get stronger, get better, and build our team. Back
Yeah.
in the mid '90s. Um,
No.
and now to have Leon Rose, he's definitely a blessing in disguise. And I've noticed one thing: the man doesn't talk, but he talks with action. Meaning, when he gets
Right.
off his seat and he sees a disgusting loss, he's up to something. He
Yeah.
doesn't yell it out to the media, but when that man gets up out of his seat and doesn't come back into the game, the whole second half, that's a statement. I also saw
Right.
him in one of the games. I can't remember which one it is, Karan, but he sat on courtside and he was dapping up some of the guys, kind of making his presence felt. But it's almost those code language where, you know what, you know, you could be here, you could not be here. You know what I mean? That type of, like, the little man speaks with his presence, and
Right.
they know what he's all about. And I definitely respect him highly, because this stuff that he's doing, it's unbelievable. But I'm not shocked, because he carries a lot of cachet, and there's a reason why his partner, World Wide West, is his sidekick. There's a
Right.
reason why those two work together, and I think there's a couple other guys on that team, but I'm just mentioning those two specifically because there's that those two guys. I was hearing that from years ago, and I couldn't understand it, but when they came to New York, I was like, now I understand everything. Now it's all coming to
Right.
full circle. And here's the thing: what I love about Leon Rose. Last season, when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and those guys were, you know, crying in joy, man, hugging each other, you know, pulling. They want to win just as bad as the fan base does. So if you think
Facts.
anything otherwise, you're sadly mistaken. Okay, I
Facts.
saw it with my own eyes. When I saw it, I was like, wow, this guy wants to win. So he's going to do everything he can possible to bring a championship to the Knicks. I don't doubt that 100%. And that's why
Big time.
I fully trust Leon Rose. Until otherwise, he's making the moves uh, to try to get us to where we need to be at. Yeah.
Big time. Nah, great point. I trust Leon Rose too. He's still on my hot seat only because his singular goal is to win the championship. So I don't expect nothing less. What's good, Yuri? Welcome to the show, man. 24 hours, brother. What's going on,
24
man? We
hours?
here for 24 hours, brother. That's what we doing today. What say you, man? Where you want to go, man?
Oh man, we went through a lot. We went through a lot in the afternoon before. But no,
Let's
I
go.
want to talk about the Knicks in the first half of the season, 35
Okay.
and 20. Karan, that's not a bad record to me. Now thinking about it, that's kind of the record I had him at, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Because they're learning a new system. The coach is trying to get to know the players. They had that massive fall off in January, redeemed themselves in February. So yeah, no, second half of the season, you get you get your backup point guard for the playoffs, right?
Right.
And you get a 6'8" athletic wing in Jeremy Sohan. So I'm really interested to see what kind of role Jeremy Sohan's going to be, Karan. That's what I want to discuss with you. How do you feel about his role on the team? He can't shoot the three ball, but he gives you 1 through 5 able to guard, and he's a playmaker and can handle the ball off the bench. My concern is with this.
Okay.
Is it going to be a minutes problem? Who's going to take up the minutes? Especially when OG gets back, when Deuce gets back.
That's what I'm concerned about, Yuri. I'm concerned that Mike Brown gonna go back to wacky lineup. You get 2 minutes. You get 2 minutes. You get 2 minutes. And then I listen, he got to keep it tight, bro. Listen, you get an
So much depth,
opportunity.
though, Karan. So
It's a
much
lot of depth. A lot of depth. A lot of depth.
It's never a bad thing, you know what I mean?
No, it's not bad. I just don't want him to think like he has to play everybody. See, that is going to get you into trouble.
Right.
Let Landry Shamet get his 15 minutes. Don't cut their minutes, man.
I don't think so, Karan. And do you know what that Jeremy Sohan signing includes to me? OG's going to be out for quite a while, it feels like. Even after the
God.
So
I hope not.
I hope not either, Karan, but that's just what's in the back of my mind right now. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, man. Well, I'm happy we got a 15-man roster, and Mike Brown's going to play the bench. You feel me?
Yeah, he's definitely going to play the bench.
I just don't know what you want to do. Do you want to keep it at 8 or 9-man at least? Can you even do 10-man if you want? I don't know, Karan.
Oh man, I don't know, Yuri. It's tough. But here's another angle. There could be a play to try to devalue Sohan and Diawara's value by not playing them as much when OG gets back. Right. And because what you don't want to happen is Sohan balls out. Now we going into free agency and teams are like, oh, we need to get that Sohan kid. Let's throw the kitchen sink at him. So what GMs usually do, I'm not saying that Leon Rose is going to do this, but what GMs usually do is they would sit guys. It's just tactics like the business side, the ugly business side of basketball, which leads to a lot of crazy decisions. Like Kuminga, for example. Clearly the third best player on the team.
Wild, by the way, and that was poorly mishandled. Yep. That was mishandled big time.
Yep. 100%.
I just don't know, Karan. While I'm happy we got the depth and I'm happy we got a coach that's going to play these guys, I just don't want to be in a situation where, like last time, 2 minutes. If you got a rotation, you got to stick with it, especially once OG and Deuce come back. And this is what I think is going to happen, and I'm going to call it right now. Your starting five is going to stay the same, it looks like, right? I think it's going to be Jose Alvarado, that's a given. I think Deuce is going to come off the bench. That's already 8. Mitch is going to come off the bench, that's guaranteed. And he has an opportunity to go 10 to 12 men. year. You feel me?
Oh God, I don't want to see 12 men. I'm keeping it real, Yuri. I don't want to see 12 guys. I barely want to see 10, but 12, no, we don't need 12. No.
I don't know, man. I don't
10
know. This
seconds.
is a good problem to have, though. Major
Yeah,
salute.
big time salute, Yuri. I appreciate you, man. By the way, if you are listening, and you're a channel member, I give you guys a little bit more time, 5 minutes, because this is the marathon show. I ain't going nowhere fast. So hey, it is what it is. And yeah, I'm here I'm here till 11 a.m. So Gino, all right. So yeah, call up when you're ready. The calls will reset right before midnight because that's when I'm gonna do the NBA Saturday show with my man. But Mello, what do you think about what Yuri said with OG injury? Do you think OG may be out a more prolonged time now? Maybe that's why they did this Sohan move. What say you?
Before I answer the question, just want to let you know it started very low, then it peaked up, and then it went low again. So
For
just to let
me?
you know, Yuri, when he was talking,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but it sounded like low, high, and then it went back to low. To answer your question, as far as his longevity, for
Yeah.
OG and Anobi, I heard it was something with a toenail, right, or something like that.
Yeah, something with a sore toe is what they're telling us, but hey, could it be that or something else? Because Deuce McBride had an ankle, then it goes to a core muscle
Yeah,
scenario.
I don't know if it was him, but I thought it was that the whole nail came out or something, so it needs time to grow back. That's what I heard. If I'm correct, I'm not sure if it was
Honestly,
OG or not. But if that was the case,
uh,
I figured that he would need time off for it to grow back. That's what I'm guessing.
let me see. I'm gonna look into that because I don't remember
I can't
reading that.
yeah, I can't say it's 100%, but that was I thought I heard that. Something with the toenail
Yeah.
coming out. So with that being said, it needs
Hmm.
to grow back with time. So that's why maybe he needs some time off. But when I first heard it, I thought he broke his toe. Then I heard it was toe soreness,
That's what I heard.
and
That's what I heard.
then I heard
Soreness.
this rumor with the toenail. So you know, remember the comment I told you about stop wearing Skechers and go get a pair of Nikes when I
Oh
made
yeah,
that
you did
comment?
say that.
Yeah.
You
So they
did.
would say that that sneaker causes a lot of injuries, I guess, on the toes. Uh, Being that other players have used those pairs, that he should have learned better from or known better not to use those pairs. So
Oh, okay. So according to Heavy, they're vouching for you because they said that it's called toenail evolution. And it says the Knicks have not detailed the severity of OG Anunoby's injury beyond the diagnosis, but a toenail evolution is it typically involves the nail partially or fully detaching from the nail
hey,
bed due to trauma. So that is his injury.
that
That
was
is the injury.
sort of right, yeah, close to it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, yeah. But we don't know the severity of it though. That's the thing. We don't know if it's the whole nail or part of the nail. But yeah, that's just what it's gonna be with OG. And I don't know if that injury takes a longer time. I would have to do a show on that. I'm gonna have to do some content on that. But
I had somebody that went
yeah,
through it,
that's
Quran, so it does take time to grow. And the thing is, how long will they wait? When is it probable? Because it's painful when you have to pivot your foot and when you have to go on your tippy toes. That's where
yeah,
the discomfort is going to come for that purpose. Just to run forward or walk, you're gonna feel it. Yeah. So the nail serves a
100%.
purpose, just like everything else on our bodies.
100%. Nah, you're right.
Yeah.
Nah, you're right,
Yeah.
man. Definitely, as you guys enter the show, smash that like button. We talking about OG Anunoby and his toe injury, some random topics, All-Star Weekend. If you are watching the game, let me know how that Jones Garcia kid is doing because I can't get into my Peacock right now. I might even go and play with it right now. I got so much the other things I'm managing. But let me know how the Garcia kid is looking right now. All right, because I want to know that kid is nice. If do you said you told me this before, but do they play against the West Coast? Only sometimes they play against the West Coast, or in the G League.
And the West Coast, yeah, this was the first time I got a chance to see the Stockton Kings. This, well, we consider,
Okay.
I guess, Chicago's East, but we didn't get Chicago. It's kind of weird. They try to keep everybody in the East and the West, but it seems
Right.
like
That's
this
what
year,
you was telling me.
it seems like this year, matter of fact, Westchester went to Arizona and they went to Utah.
Nice.
So
Right.
that's a good thing because I guess maybe they're invested. It seemed like they were really cutting back on the funds to send these guys out there. So it was best for them to just keep playing these repetitive teams over and over. It didn't make any sense, man. Get them out there so they get some exposure too, you know.
Right.
So yeah, they've been out. I think close to almost 3 weeks. I think 2.5 weeks. So we haven't had a Westchester Knicks home game. Yeah. So they've been away.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Okay.
And just so you know, those two guys, just want to read two stats. Dink Pete averages 18.7 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And Dylan Jones, 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Those two guys are going to be in the All-Star game representing Westchester, just so you know. Dink Pate and Dylan Jones for the Westchester Knicks. I honestly thought it was going to be Bryson Warren because of his phenomenal score
Mm.
from threes and him handling all this. But Dylan Jones, I kind of got caught off guard because I was looking at the Westchester Knicks Instagram, and when it came to me, I got an alert, and Coach Diop was commending both of those guys, and I was like, "What happened to Bryson?" But it looks like this guy was having a great scoring out there in OKC before he came to Westchester. So I didn't see
Got it.
him. I only caught those couple of games, and like I said, he's been hanging around with the big guys. So
Right.
can't
So
really
so
tell
when
too
we
much about.
right, so
Mhm.
when we sign these guys, they automatically go to our G League team. So if we sign a two-way,
Correct.
if we sign him, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So he was balling because he looked like he got a little bit of game. Actually remember seeing him in OKC because he started 3 games in OKC. He scored double digits in 2 of those games.
Mhm.
So the kid looked like he got a little bit of game to him. He looked like an OKC kind of dude too. The way they got like their own little kind of swag over there
Mm.
in Oklahoma City, and he kind of fits that bill.
Yeah,
So
his first game at Westchester, believe it or not, we waited for the guys to come out, and he was, very nice guy. We ended up chatting a little bit, and what I noticed when he gets on the court, you see this, like his chest.
yeah,
Comparison to the other guys, a little bit smaller. You could tell that he
yeah,
could take the bump and grind going into the basket. That's what I got. My impression of Dylan Jones. Stronger guy, upper body, and I was happy about it because I said, "Oh, now we got a guy that can take the pounding when he go to the hoop." We got a bunch of
right.
guys. They're,
Me
they're,
too.
they're huge up there, man. You know.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. You definitely got to have a little bit of size because, or you got to be able to withstand it because these guys super athletic, bro.
Mhm.
These guys they built different. So and then even Diawara, I'm not sure if you remember, but in the first half of that game against the Nets, I noted that he's not posting up. You got these little dudes on you. Back him down. Like, what are we doing? But in the second half, he went and got a bucket. And now you see him with the big team. He's not hesitating to shoot at all. He's not hesitating to shoot at all. So
He's
yeah,
solid
I
but
mean,
deadly, and he's got a lot of confidence, man. He's building it in on his own. And to be honest with you, when I first the impression you get from him, just another tall guy on the team, but he's kind of like giving you like that kind of like Kevin Durant type of vibes in a way, but a guy that could probably play better defense to me.
hmm
We'll give him time. Just give him time. If he gets the shooting, and I expect that maybe at the end of the season, going into next season, I could see Muhammad's Diawara's bag going to be very good. Definitely for next season, I could see it.
yeah,
This is definitely a big learning curve. It's a lot to ask for a 19-year-old kid to come on the court and on the biggest stage and do it. Nowhere better than New York City, and I think he knows it. But you know what I like about him? He plays within his game. He doesn't go above and beyond. He plays, under control. That's what I like about him.
hmm
He's not reckless. You know.
yeah. He's not reckless, and the confidence is it's what really matters to me the most
Right.
because a lot of times these young guys don't have the confidence, and that's what Coach Tibbs robbed these guys of last year.
There you go.
Confidence
Confidence.
to,
That's the
to
one.
be able
Yeah.
to come into a game without having to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mo Diawara could miss 3 shots. He ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna take the 4th shot, and that to me is important for the young guys to have. That's why I like him. When I first saw him, Melo, and he dribbled the ball off the rebound in
Yep.
summer league. See, that's the stuff that make you stand out.
Yeah.
So who is this 6'11" dude getting the rebound,
Taking it
dribbling in transition? You know, and when you think about Diawara, right? He has no weaknesses.
Yeah.
He does everything. Name something that he doesn't do.
Yeah. And if he does, you can't tell. You can't see it.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
He does everything on the floor, man. Dribble, shoot, pass, set screen, come off screen. The only thing you could say, put on a little bit of weight, but do you want him to put on weight? He could be like a KG, a lean dude that it has his mobility and is just way more athletic than you. You know, there's a value to being slim and lean and tall like that. Like Chet Holmgren. You can't move Chet Holmgren out of there. Man, Chet Holmgren be holding his own against these big dudes. I remember one time he was going up for a rebound. I'm trying to remember who it was. It might have been Zach Collins.
Okay.
They're going up for a rebound. Just snatch that ball out his. Give me that. And Zach Collins got a little size on him. Man, just took the ball out of his hand. Get out of here. So, yeah, you know, there could be an advantage to him staying kind of wiry strong, you know?
True.
Because he's not playing the 5. You know, I don't want to see him at the 5. But, yeah. 3-4, that's his position.
And I definitely see
Like a
him
young
being
KG.
I definitely see him being a contributor on defense too, getting more aggressive.
Yeah.
Again, it's about still the learning curve of, you know, to the NBA, you know, level of you know, the players and all that, and then making the adjustment every year, improving another aspect of his game. I can see him on the defensive end. I've seen him pick people's pockets, you know, and I saw him in the G League too, pitting some shots. So he's got it. You haven't seen it, but he's definitely got it.
No, he got it. He got it, yo. I seen him in Westchester at one time, but I see what he tries to do on the floor. It's so impressive because, you know, it just gives me young KG vibes. You know, when KG first came, I'm not saying he's as good as KG. Relax. You know, think about, oh, he's as good as KG. No, I'm just saying the way KG played when he first came in the league, he was a small forward. And he was a little bit more on the perimeter a little bit. And it's sort of like what Diawara is doing now. But of course, KG wound up becoming all-time great. But just that wiry build.
Karan, do you rate him more with KG or more with KD, Kevin Durant?
You could go KD too. You can go, but remember, we didn't have KD back then. So so now he has KD as the example. So his example wouldn't be KG. It would be KD, to be honest. It would be. But I get KG only because of the defense. Because KD wasn't defense. KG was deep. KG played hard on both sides of the ball, bro. That young KG, if y'all remember the mid-90s, KG was hard, bro. Like, to see a young kid out of high school play that hard on both sides of the ball, that was rare. You never seen that.
Yeah.
You never seen that.
He was tough. KG was tough, man.
He was tough. Yeah, you know, talking smack to Jordan. Did you hear the story? Michael Finley told the story, right? That KG was talking smack to Jordan, right? And then I'm not sure if it was Michael. Was that J.R. Ryder? It might have been J.R. Ryder. Not Finley. It might have been Ryder.
Okay, go ahead.
So it had to be. Was it KG that told it? I'm trying to think who told the story.
What happened was.
Anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, whoever told the story don't matter, right? So KG's talking smack, and then he said, I went to Jordan's house, yo, you know, I apologize I apologize for what KG is saying. And KG's like, man, don't say that because nobody took on Jordan during them days. You feel me? But
Mhm.
KG he didn't care, bro. He was just young, full of energy, and he brought it. So that's why I say KG. I mean, because we go back a little further than
Yeah, yeah.
a lot of these fans. So I'm thinking about offense, defense, perimeter centric KG before he became power forward, mid post. He was out there. He was guarding guards. I mean, he was doing it all back then when he was younger KG. So yeah, that's why I'll go back that far. But yeah, Mo D, man, I hope Sohan doesn't take away from this kid, but as long as Sohan's performing, you know how I feel, Mellow Mike. I just want to win the championship. So if it's
Absolutely,
Sohan to
absolutely.
do it, if it's Diawara, hey, it is what it is.
So throughout this day, I was listening to the podcast, right? And I was listening to a lot of comments about Sohan. And the one thing
Yeah.
that got my attention, I was, going into doing one of my jobs, and then I turned on the YouTube and I was looking at one of the videos, and I said, let me press on Sohan. And I saw something that I liked, which was because I heard the people complaining about or addressing, I should say, not complaining, addressing he can't shoot,
Yeah.
uh, this, that, and the other. But when I saw his defense and I saw him rumbling with one of the Morris twins, was it Marcus
Okay.
Morris? They went at it to the floor. So that's
And he
telling
didn't back
me,
down.
yeah. Then he took another guy down. As a matter of fact, he did one of those like stick his leg out, and then he went right at it with the guy. So I said, I like that. 22 years old gives me a little crazy Rodman type of
Yeah.
vibes.
That's what they were saying,
So,
Rodman. Yeah, that's
so
why he said you got that little Rodman guy.
yeah, I get that vibe from him. So you know what? If he doesn't do anything else, I got Alvarado at 6 feet. This guy's what, 6'8", 6'9"?
Yeah, 6'8", 6'8", yep.
And you got Hart. I love that. So I welcome
Oh, yeah,
that
they gonna
to our
fight.
team. So you know what? There's always a place for people, to kind of, stick up for the guys, get in the
Yeah.
middle. He's not a Charles Oakley. Let's not mistake
No,
that.
no, no, no.
But definitely a guy that's going to bring energy, play defense, and maybe get into some of these guys' heads because he seems like he doesn't care. And it all starts with his hair colors too. So I'm sure he's gonna
Right.
wear orange, blue, pink. We're gonna see a lot of things. I'm sure the fans are gonna replicate what he's doing. But I
Right.
did
Yep.
remember seeing him briefly with San Antonio. I just didn't really pay attention because I was
Me either.
watching Dylan Harper, I was watching Wemby and
Yeah.
Castle. Those three names were the ones that really stuck out to me,
Did you
especially
even
into
see
the.
him play this year? Because I didn't really remember him playing this year
I
like that.
saw him briefly. But again, with a limited role. And from what I heard, that
Yeah.
I heard the other side, what happened as far as I guess things not working out with him in San Antonio. But we'll find out once he puts on that uniform. We'll find out. I think the Knicks will make things very clear for him what his role is going to be. And I think people gotta pump the brakes a little because I know we're concerned about the minutes. Right? I think Yuri mentioned that the minutes.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do with him. So I think we've learned that already, and throughout this season, what is it? We're at 50 something games already, right? Leading up to the All
Right.
Star game. That what if this guy comes back and this guy? The main thing is that uh, Jeremy Sohan is more of an insurance policy than to be concerned about taking somebody's minutes. If we need
Right.
him, we'll go to him.
Right.
So
Right.
I think up to this point, these guys that Mike Brown has entrusted to kind of play,
Yeah.
in that rotation is what he's going to go with. I don't really see that. Oh my God, Jeremy's going to come in here. Alvarado's a little bit of a different situation because now Kolek has to take a step back or two,
Right.
right? And that's understandable. As much as I love Kolek, it's definitely understandable. Those
Right.
are
Of
reasonable
course.
moves, right? Now we're not playing checkers, we're playing chess now. So
Right.
that's a very smart move. You got compare the two. You got Alvarado, who's got NBA experience, playoff experience, you know, and he is a tough defender. He's great at
Right.
steals, and you saw it what he did up in what was it, up in Boston? Was it right? The game that he
Yes.
had, yeah.
When he
So,
stole it from KG and
KG, yeah.
Yep.
Then he did it. He duplicated.
Not KG. I mean Brown. You know what I meant,
Yeah,
Brown.
and then he duplicated over there in Philadelphia. Drove him nuts over there. Had a
Yeah. He did.
25,
Yep.
26
Yep.
points. Yeah, so Obviously, whatever he does works, right? And
Yeah.
Kolek brings a different, element to the game. But
Mhm.
for right now, I'm definitely going to give the nod to Alvarado, and I think Kolek is, understanding of that. The whole team,
Of course.
has to understand that as well. Yeah. So I think we need to
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not panic so much. But here's the benefit of everything. We got to see in the beginning of the season while these guys were hurt. Was it Josh Hart with what was it
Mhm.
with the rib thing or whatever?
Yep.
That all these guys were getting minutes, were playing.
Yeah.
We got a chance to see these guys,
Everybody. Yep.
right? So that's the benefit of it. They got burned, they got time. Some of them came back to the G League, some didn't. And while the injuries were problem, and it can happen again. So
Exactly.
maybe when that happens, God forbid, and we don't know how long OG is going to be, that might give an opportunity if called. Hey, Sohan, we need you to get in there. Show us what you got,
Bingo.
and so forth. Yeah,
Yeah. For both of them, I mean, Sohan and Diawara.
absolutely.
Hey, if it gets to the point where, because I want Diawara to start when Hart, Bridges never is hurt, but when Hart or OG is out of there, I feel like Diawara should get the start. That's just me. But now,
Mm,
if it's Sohan, let it be Sohan, but put size out there. That's all I
mhm,
want. I just want somebody, but I prefer Diawara because of what I told you. He doesn't have no weaknesses. So he's not going to hurt you. He'll make rookie mistakes, of course,
mhm,
but he can shoot that ball. That ball swing to him. He can shoot that ball. So he don't got to clog up space.
mhm,
He could go to the corner. He could set the screen. He could come off the screen. I mean, even if it's for 20 minutes, all right. But let him start so you can have some size on the floor. I love Landry Shamet, but he should never be matched up with Siakam. Like, Josh Hart should never be matched up with Siakam. Let your 6'10", your 6'8" guys, let them get that. Even if they're getting cooked,
should have been
I
Muhammad.
would just put them, huh?
Should have been Muhammad.
Right. Even if they look, when you have to double
Mhm,
the Pacers, you're going to lose. It don't matter who's on it. The way they play, that ball is going to move. Somebody's going to get a corner three.
move fast too. Yeah.
Every time. Listen, Mike, if you have to double Indiana, you're cooked. Trust me.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
You can't double them, bro. So I would just go one-on-one defense. If he drops 40, I'd rather him drop 40 than this guy gets 15. This guy gets 15. This guy gets 15. And they're all easy shots. Nah, that's how you lose. Yep. That's how you lose. And
Absolutely.
then Siakam still gets 20. So now this guy gets 15, 15, 15, and Siakam has 20. That's way more points versus him just getting 40,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that's sort of what they did to Philly. Like Maxey was the only one that could get anything going. And the rest of those guys cut off. They wasn't double teaming Maxey,
They got the
you
air
know?
taken out of them real quick, and I mean,
Yeah.
they almost got beat. What was it 49 points? Was it to be exact?
49, a
Yeah,
record. We broke a record. That's
yeah,
the biggest deficit that we won in Philadelphia.
that was crazy. That was crazy, and they went right to work, and they took the life out of them. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, they did, and it kind of said a statement like the Knicks are here. That's why I said you can't underestimate this team. This team is all about once they get in sync as one, they're unstoppable. I'm
They're
telling you,
unstoppable.
they're unstoppable. And now with the addition of Sohan, to be honest with you, very hard right now to find anything really weak with this team because you can't ask for anything more, especially with the second apron. I think Leon
Yeah.
Rose has done his magic of what he can up to this point. Now, what's going to happen down the road, we don't know. The main thing is going to be health. That is the main thing for this team is to definitely stay healthy because in order for us to reach our goals and to continue to
Right.
win games, the only thing I want from the Knicks is to win the winnable games as well. The tough games I expect them to go obviously all out, but not to
Right.
let what happened with Indiana that should have never happened. But for us to win the winnable games, the we should have it. Don't take it for
Right.
granted because to me, all the games count. Seeding purposes is very important. Okay. And we definitely got to strive. And you know what? We still got another half of basketball. We don't know if
Yep.
number one can end up being number two, and number two could be number one.
That's
So
true.
uh, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
we definitely will see what happens because I already see Detroit coming with the excuses because, you know, those guys are gonna be suspended. So I already did expect the excuse that, oh yeah, y'all beat us without Durant and Stewart, but the first time we played them and they beat us, they didn't have Durant and Stewart. So and the second time they didn't have Durant. So
Mhm, mhm.
what are we gonna say?
Absolutely.
What are we gonna say? So
No, that's true. That's true.
100%. Yep. No, I hear exactly what you're saying. And to add to what you're saying about the minutes, right? So I don't really care about whose minutes gets cut. That's not my concern. I just don't want him to be like, you get 5 minutes and you get 3 minutes. Because I feel like when Shamit he knows when he's coming in the game, it gives you a consistent rhythm, versus sometimes it's Shamit, sometimes it's Clarkson, sometimes it's Kolick. Sometimes like you gotta have consistency out there. That's something that we're seeing now with this new rotation is that guys know when they're going to come in a game and they can produce. Even Jordan Clarkson, I mean, he's kind of fell out of favor in New York City, but look at him. He's getting time now. And of course, we didn't really need him that much in the Philly game, but, there is an opportunity for, you know, these guys because guys get hurt. And we've been showing that, yo, man, every starter has had some injuries besides Bridges
Mhm.
where they miss time. So, there'll be opportunity. So, but yeah, we just gotta continue to be strategic.
Yeah, that's definitely a main part of this team, going forward is having consistent minutes for these guys, knowing what their roles are going to be throughout the game and making sure that, they meet that situation where if they're all day, listen, time to step up. Sometimes maybe he'll go off the grid if he has to, maybe because of a lineup change or, uh, you know, to see I think this guy might be better than the other guy, so just put him in there and stuff like that. But I think those will be minimal. It's not going to be like all the time. So I did
Mhm.
agree. I'm not sure if it was a Yuri that said it or somebody else said it about a minute here, 2 minutes there. You can't run it like that. We did. I know Mike Brown tampered with that. That didn't work. A lot of things didn't work out in the first
Yeah.
part of this, and it was good that it happened because yeah, there
Right.
was the complaints and the issues. Maybe it stirred up a little bit in the locker room too. Guys kind of flamed, and maybe that was another reason to have the sit down too, uh, with the guys and the coaching because I believe after uh, the players had their little squabble, somebody had to come out and speak, whether it was Jalen or Josh or whoever, collectively,
Mhm.
whoever they wanted to kind of interact that kind of communication with the coaches, with the staff.
Right.
Listen, you want this, we want that. We got to come to a medium where we can kind of work together because obviously Mike's system is not being run 100% like it was in game one to what it is now. So we've kind of deferred
Of
a lot
course.
of things. Now, are we still doing certain attempts and certain moves? Yeah, absolutely. But the uh the Knicks, I think, have finally came together where they're meeting head to head and
Yeah.
say, listen,
Yep.
we gotta fix this and we gotta walk together through this, from this point forward. We gotta walk it and make it happen. So that's why I'm glad that I feel that Cat's in a better situation right now, and I want to keep him happy. So that's the
Right.
main thing, right? I don't need him whining and crying and this and that because the whining okay with the referees, but him as far as offensively rebounding, I want him to be staying consistent, and it's very important to
Right.
keep his mind in the game, not floating around.
Bingo.
I don't know what my position is and this or that. If that happens,
Right.
then we're going backwards. We need to go forwards. We need to be proactive in what we're doing as a team, right? And help these other guys come along as well to contribute because listen, man, it's a long season. You're gonna need these guys regardless. I think you might not need them as much, but they're
Now
gonna
you're gonna
serve a
need them.
purpose down the road. Absolutely.
100%, man. I'm gonna be really. Give me a second, Mike. I gotta let the people know the special message. First off, guys, we gotta get the likes up, man. We have to get the likes up as you enter the show. Smash the like button. Okay. We are. What happened, Maxine? Well, listen. If you hadn't already, smash the like button. Okay. I know that more than half of you guys right now listening to the show, you guys are not subscribed. So smash that subscribe button, okay? And we need to get closer to our goals, man. We got some really big goals. The purpose of this is to get to 10K. So you guys need to subscribe. Look, at 5K, man, listen, this was the giveaway. We got to get the subscribers up, but we definitely got to get the likes up as well, because the likes leads to more subscribers. The likes tell us that you guys are digging the content. We having a conversation about a whole lot of things. We could talk about Jalen Brunson. Do you think that he's the number one option on the championship team? We could talk about OG Anunoby. Should he be the de facto second option? Towns' bag. Is he worth the $70 million supermax that he's? I mean, we got a whole bunch of topics. We got All-Star Weekend, right? We got the Detroit Pistons trolls all over the place. I mean, there's a lot of directions we can go. So if you want to have this conversation, you got to hit that phone line, 646-995-8389. Okay. And also, we got the 2020-10. We already gave away the Captain 11 mug. So 20 super chats, 20 cash apps, and 10 journals. All right. So if you take advantage of those things, we give back to the people who donate. So just to show some love. And that's what we've been doing consistently throughout the show. Okay. So help us reach those goals. I mean, I still got another 12 hours plus, huh? Okay. But listen, give us a couple of minutes, Mellow Mike. We'll be right back. We're going to take a short break. We will be right back. All right. We are back. Yes, we are. Just had to have a short little meeting. But keep smashing those like buttons. Let me get my man Mellow Mike back on the screen if he's ready. If you're ready to talk for a little bit more, I know we got some limited time, but we're having a really good conversation, man. I think you spoke some really good points. Some of the callers who called up had some really good points as well. I mean, I think that to talk about Towns again, he's in a position where he could really shut up his critics right now. Like right now, the only thing we need from Towns is, like you said, for him to focus and not argue with the refs. If he does that, his game will expand, because what game was that? It had to be the Indiana game, but it could have been the but did he play against? No, he didn't play against Detroit. So it had to be an Indiana game. There was a moment in the game where he got called for 3 in the key.
Yeah.
You never see 3 in the key ever. And the reason why they called it is because he's giving the refs hell.
Because it's him.
You see what I'm saying? So
I went to that game. I saw it.
you was
like,
there.
You know what I liked
So
at the end? He did one of these. Look.
Right. And you see, and that, oh God, see that, Mellow Mike, that right there, a lot of, oh God. But that's part of the issue with Towns. Is just that you're playing 5-on-8, because now you got the refs against you. And it's not that they're gonna make up a call. Let's keep it real, Mellow Mike, and maybe if we want to go there, we can. Karl-Anthony Towns gets away with murder. He gets away with, bro, every post up. You seen it in person. Every post up. He's either doing this or this. It's illegal, bro. Like, it's like holding in football. We could call it every play if we wanted to, but there wouldn't be a fun game. So we're not gonna call. But when you go at the refs, just watch Towns. Notice how he gets the fouls in bunches. He'll have 2 fouls in the third quarter, right? Or 2 fouls in the fourth. Let's make it the fourth. He gets a foul call, right? Or They miss a foul call. They miss, like, he gets beat up. They don't call it. Right? Okay, cool. Now he's in the ref's face. Yo, what are you doing, ref? You can't see, right? So now guess what? He goes on the other end. He's defending. He does this. Foul. Oh, I saw that, Towns. See, I could see. See, so you're getting in the battle, and then now, all right, cool. So they shooting the free throws. Now you coming down now. Because Towns has the I got to get it back mentality. So now he gets the ball on the top of the key. He does a dribble move, and then he does his patented. Now that's 2 fouls. Okay, so now he picks up. Now he's at 4 fouls in the fourth quarter. Started with 2. He got 2 fouls. Now he's like, oh, like doing what you just said. Right? Doing this. We get on the other end. Now we play defense. Guy is driving by. And then he goes like this. Moves the body into him, but stays like this. 5 fouls. Out the game. That's Towns in the nutshell. And then now he got to sit down. But matters worse is anytime Karl-Anthony Towns gets 5 fouls or more, we are 4-11, I think. 4-11. I'll stat check that in a second. But yeah, so he hurts us when he does these things. So coming into the second half of the season, I don't give a damn about the buckets or none of that. Just don't challenge the refs. Play your game. There was another game. Don't remember who it was against, but he didn't say nothing to the refs. I don't know if they had a conversation. Because listen, I use the 82 night system. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure that the stuff I'm paying attention to, the guys who get paid million. Look at Mellow Mike. See, he got his 82 nights. Big time salute to that. All right. So I use this system. So I keep track of everything, right? I'm pretty sure someone has told Towns, hey, when you get this amount of fouls, we're losing. But when you talk to the refs, their whistle is tighter. If you don't say nothing to the refs, you may get some of those calls that you've been wanting for. So this is one of the times when he went to the free throw line like 15 times or something crazy like that. And he didn't say nothing to the refs. All he has to do is continue doing that. We know you get beat up. Hey, he's right when he complains. He gets beat up. 100%. 100%. Because they can't guard you. When you're that big and you can move and you can get to the bucket, you're not going to get calls. You're just too big. It's no way these little guys can really stop him without beating him up the way they do. But to make matters worse for you, Towns, is that you sometimes have a bad habit, bro. You can't help yourself but do this. You can't help yourself. You can't stay still. You got to do this when you said screen. Like, it's just certain things you do that makes you a foul bandit. and you know, enough is enough. You know, we got to tighten up the conversation with okay, you're going to get fouled. But listen, don't argue with these guys. Because they're going to see, when you say you didn't see that, they're going to see this. The next play, they're going to see it. And why does he have to do this? Mello, because you're a big guy. What is this here with the hooking of the arm and having the arm wrestle? What is that?
I mean, I play basketball, big dude. I don't use those type of moves. I go right to the basket. I might
Right.
form a brace to protect myself to go, but I never, doing none of that. But
Yeah.
I will say this, look, and I watched 2 people in that specific game.
Okay.
It was Jalen Brunson, and I was watching Karl-Anthony Towns. And I'll start off with Jalen Brunson. Only thing I had an issue with him was that I saw it in the second, third, and especially in the fourth. There was too much ball control from him, and I felt like the guys were just hanging around. And when I saw that, I had the guy next to me almost break his hand. I don't know how he did it. He must have slapped that slap of whatever so hard because it echoed where we were at. I felt the vibration. I mean, he went all out. It was his hand.
Damn.
He said, "Damn it, you're gonna do it again? Pass the damn ball." And everybody was whatever. So there's moments when it's called for Jalen Brunson, and I get it. He is our number 1 scorer. But I felt what he was trying to do at that time, which I felt he ran into a couple of got stopped, came up short,
Yeah.
wasn't flowing. Gotta reconfigure, reset again. Gotta get these guys involved, let them do what they gotta do. Mr. Mikal Bridges curling to the basket,
Yeah.
such and such little jump shot. This other guy taking it. Your time is gonna come because he's proven with the ball, without the ball, Jen is gonna get 30 or more easily. No
Yeah.
problem.
Easy. Yeah.
But that's what I want. I'd rather him do that. Camouflage. Oh, I don't got the ball, but when I do get it. The thing is, what I'm trying to say, Karan, I want that ball to touch 5, 6 hands. There's 24 seconds on that clock. Get these guys accustomed, and then he can have that shot. There was a guy played over here in New Jersey, Mawa High School. His name was Ken Kaluko. This guy averaged 35 points a game. Okay, one of the highest scorers in New Jersey
Yeah.
basketball. And that guy, boom, 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 boom. It was like the ping pong machine. But you know who shot the ball at the end? Ken always shot. And his averages wasn't touching. Matter of fact, I think it went up higher in the playoffs. It went up to 40 something.
Wow.
But you would think, oh, he's going to shoot. Everybody knew in the building that Kent was going to shoot. And I think Jalen needs to do that. And at times it's called for, and I get it. And I'm not taking away from it, but when it's not working, back off from it. Get these other guys involved. That's all I got to say with that with Jalen. I just felt like he was doing it too early. And it is, and what happens is they fixate against him, and then they start giving it to him, the physical pushing, and then it starts becoming, bad shots, short shots start becoming short, and then the other guys are just whatever. Because I noticed there was one, he was in the post, he missed the shot, and you know what I paid attention? Nobody came to rebound, nobody crashed the boards,
Mm.
and I'm saying to myself, what is he, Hakeem Olajuwon? And you know what that told me? Well, you want to do it by yourself, you're going to be left by yourself. But if you feed the rock to everybody or try to make that attempt to, and then get the ball back, then it's different. That's what I feel. Just to keep the guys in tune, keep the guys fresh. I think that's huge.
Right.
That's why I always say stagnation is not a good situation. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. You just start getting cold. Now, as far as Karl-Anthony Towns, my thing with him is that he gets abused. And I've mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. I feel that if somebody from the coaching staff was to have his back and bark at the referees, not necessarily Karl-Anthony Towns, but one of those guys on the sidelines to bark for their guy, I think Cat would shut up. Because you know what? Even if there was that one particular game where he was, lip tight, it's getting hit, man. And what he does is never malicious. Not like that, what they do to him. More times, Karl-Anthony Towns gets abused bad, and nothing is being called. But you'll give him a cheap foul for setting a pick at the top of the key, and they're just dying to blow the whistle. They're focused. These referees are definitely focused, and I know that hinders him. But I think the cry out for help is like, you know what? He's got to protect himself too, because if he gets hurt, then what? You know what I mean? I look at it from that point of view. His safety, there's only so much you could take, and he gets roughed up hard. I'm not taking nothing away what you said. You're 100% correct, Karan. But he takes a beating from, doesn't matter if it's the guy half his size or just as tall. He gets hit, and there's a lot of things that were obvious in that game that I went to go see in Indiana. Nothing was called, and he's like, they're not calling it, and it's almost like they just ignore him at this point. Like, go ahead, take all the cheap shots you want against Cat. That's what I saw with my two eyes. I paid for a loss, but I got to see what I don't see maybe in TV that often. There's a lot of things that you don't see when
of course,
trailing. A lot of the tugging, the pushing, the cheap shots. I saw it with my own eyes, and I was like, okay. But this has been going on throughout the whole season. But I wanted for somebody from that coaching staff of our Knicks, whether it's Mike Brown, Brendan O'Connor, or Chris Gent, somebody to step up for him and take a tee. Show that you got your man's back. Because there's a lot of situations that happen, just like the Draymond Green situation. Cat's left in limbo. He's fighting by himself, like an island on his own. But then these guys, they group together, and you're scratching your head. Are they friends or not friends? You know what I mean? The relationship. So that's why I kind of have a question mark. Like, are they really bonding or not? You know what I mean? Yeah.
But I put that situation. I'm always, when we go to Draymond, I'm always gonna put it on Cat, because Cat said I respond with love. He should have never said that in the media. He should have
True.
publicly slammed it when he made those comments, those inappropriate comments about him and not being at his fiance's a friend or family member's funeral. When he tried to say, "Oh, he was ducking Jimmy Butler," and thought that was funny, I would have responded with, "Yeah, I can't wait to see that guy." You see what I'm saying? So that way, my teammates know there's some real animosity. But when you're not responding with that, you say you're going to respond with love. Mike Brown and all these guys are going to respond with love. So but to touch on what you're saying, see, Mellow Mike, what you're saying, 100%. But the one thing you're missing is he leads the league in offensive fouls. He leads the league in offensive fouls, bro. So and it doesn't always come from down low. A lot of it is screens when he moves into the person, does this or he does, he does these things a lot of his fouls are not just him driving to the basket. Sometimes he barrels in the guys too, but a lot of times it's the subtle hooks before he gets smacked in the air. Like it's one thing when you're protecting yourself, but he gets called with the hooks. The most I ever see him get called is on the screen when he moves and when he does this. So before the and all of that. So I get what you're saying about trying to protect himself, but the offensive fouls, bro, those come before that. And you got to tighten that up. So I get it. He has to protect himself. Nah, there's 100% guys are beating you up. And I agree, he does get beat up. But that's just basketball. It's like you in the park. I know, Mellow Mike, I know you, if you played in the park, guys are beating you up. Guys are
Yeah,
beating
but
you up.
the difference between myself and Ken, I'm not gonna say, in the name of love. Now we squaring up. We're gonna have that X-Man Michael Jordan face to face, sweat on sweat.
Right.
Forehead to
So,
forehead. We're
but
gonna
are you
battle it
gonna
out.
call every?
Yeah,
Are
I
you
ain't.
gonna call every
Yeah,
foul?
yeah. Somebody's going to the hospital. Somebody's going to the hospispital. It ain't
But
gonna
but
just
but
be
if
like, oh, we're just gonna take that. Either he cuts it out. It's gonna address the matter, or
Mhm.
something's gonna go down, but not gonna tolerate
Right,
that. Cat
right,
has a different personality. That's why it's important that the new addition of Jose Alvarado
Sohan
to stand
and
up what he
Sohan,
did for Mitch. So what do you think he's gonna do for his Caribbean brother from DR,
right,
Karl-Anthony Towns? You know,
100%.
there- that's something that's huge, and I believe that that's gonna end up helping out the Knicks because we haven't had that, and I've been talking about that for a long time since Dante.
Right,
Oh, Dante, this, and we don't need that. No, listen, that little guy sparked the team along with Hardenstein. I have to give Hardenstein his credit too, because he also stood up to the competition. He didn't take no ish neither, right? He
right.
stood up to the competition and make sure he stood his ground. Did his thing. But I definitely applauded Dante for protecting his guys and stepping up for his guys. And
Right,
if it takes for the smallest guy to do it, then so be it, because this is going to make us definitely a unified team going forward. Because
right.
I don't know if you know this, but Jose's a boxer as well. He's not just a basketball player; he's good with the hands. So
I saw him jump in the air.
yeah, yeah. And I'm not talking about that one punch he took against that guy. He's
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
very
No, but
clever.
I got you. Yeah,
You
he
know,
he's very confident in his ability. No, but the point I was asking, are you gonna call every foul in the park? You can't call every
I'm not
foul.
going to call every foul on the park, but also I'm not going to let somebody try to hurt me neither.
No, yeah,
So
that's
but
different. No, I
I
ain't
think
talking
when
about
you
that.
don't
Yeah,
have a
that's different.
referee, that's where you kind of take matters into your hands because you don't have a referee. It's you either
Right.
you call it, you don't call it. Either you're being called a punk
Yeah.
or whatever. You know what it is, right?
Yeah,
When you
yeah,
play it
yeah,
out,
yeah.
and some guys try to get away with murder. That's what it ends up going into fisticuffs. That's why I told you earlier in the season, these refs are horrible. They're horrible,
Yeah.
and it's going to
Yeah.
lead up to more and more of these skirmishes, which I hope it doesn't, because we don't need that in the NBA.
No, it's basketball. We don't need
People
that.
people invest, and it's not about cracking jokes. Oh, you can't fight. It's not about that. People pay big bucks. Season ticket holders pay big bucks. Guys
Right.
that have never seen an NBA game. Tourists come from all over to watch these games,
Exactly.
and guess what? Oh, he got into a fight, so he's suspended 5 games, 10 games. He's getting
Right.
fined, and guess what? This franchise has got his face blasted all over the arena, but you can't see him play. You can only see a picture of him. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
That's
NBA
wild.
does best when the NBA stars play, not sitting on the
Exactly.
bench or suspended at some hotel or at their home, waiting for
Right.
the call for them to be reinstated back into the with the team back again. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's why we don't want to see the violence and stuff like that. Even though I joke on Durant, I don't want to see him in a scenario where somebody's getting hurt. But he shouldn't have put his hands in that man's face. Because as men, like you said, in the park, if it escalates to that point, I'm prepared to defend myself. So he should have never did. Like once you put your hand here, that's fighting. That's a fight between two men. Like there's no way I would, Diabate handled it the way any man would handle it, unless you just was like really soft, like how people try to call cat. Is it? I got a question. Did you think anyone is going to put their hand in Towns' face? Do you see that ever happening? And Towns just standing there like, why did you do that?
Oh man, you set me up good for that one. Yo, man,
why did you do that?
Sign me up so I can get thrown out, man. Sign me up so I can get thrown out because
I'm just telling
I'm that
Mellow
guy
Mike.
that's gonna step up for my guys, man. I don't care what it
Yeah,
is.
it's not happening. But you don't even got to step up. Trust me, you're not doing that. Listen, you're not going to put your hands in Towns. We've never seen no one do that to him, and he cowers, right? Of course, Towns is not a fighter. Like he's just gonna pick a fight with some. No, I'm just saying, like what Durant did shows me. That's why I'm trolling the Pistons fans, but I'm calling them soft. To me, that's soft. You put your hand in a man's face, but now you don't want to fight the man. Like if you put your hands in the man, like you got to deal with the repercussion. And then Beef Stew running off the bench. It's not like Durant was getting jumped. He's running off the bench to save this guy. This guy didn't want to fight. He was like this. Like he was in harm's way. Like what are we doing? So it's wild. It's wild.
About that.
Huh?
I said I may not sleep thinking about that.
Yeah, like no Diabate. No.
Well, I say about that guy from Charlotte, man. He was about it. He was about it, man. He was ready to go, man.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
We do got a call really quickly. Yeah. We do got a call. Let's see. Hey, that guy 22. What's going on, my brother? Hello, that guy 22. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Big time. Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on, brother?
Chilling. All good. Watching this rookie game. It's all right.
Okay.
They're playing
Mello,
some defense.
Can you hear him better? Can you hear him a little better? Okay.
So.
All right, go ahead,
brother.
Good? What's going on with the game? Is my guy Jones Garcia putting in work?
Nah, he's out. I tried to type it in the chat. I know you're in the chat, but he's out.
He's out.
DMP. Yep.
Wow.
Matt McClung apparently was supposed to take his place.
Oh, well, I'm glad I missed it then, because he's the only reason why I wanted to watch it. But what's
going
on, man?
They lost the first round too.
Well, they lost. Oh yeah. Them rookie team. I told y'all the rookie teams are too nice.
It's nice. Castle's doing nice over here.
Yeah, those are some real players, man. I know we like Tyler Kolek, but yeah, dog.
Man, don't underrate. Kolek would have been running these dudes right now.
Oh, you think so?
Would have had at least 14 points in this game right here out of 20.
But no, I'm not saying he couldn't play, but I'm just saying those guys are more qualified. That's all. Because a lot of those guys.
I mean, their numbers because of the minutes. Yeah, because of minutes and things like that. Kolek's better than a lot of these players. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's all good though. I mean, that's how I like Kolek. With the fighting, the whole fighting thing. I was raised on the Knicks back in the days, so I know what toughness gets you and what it doesn't and problems it brings. Duran put his hands on dude.
Right.
If he would have thrown punches, he would have made a big mistake. And what has to be on, I don't care what Detroit does, which I don't know. That's why it makes it even crazy for Beef Stew. They were going to win a championship, Malice to Palace, and so they're like, yo, look what happened to Indiana, dude. If we do things like that, we're going to blow our chances at playoffs, everything, maybe.
Yes.
Imagine losing Beef Stew and Duran. Imagine he throws a punch that connects on Diabate, and then Bridges is coming back, and then it even gets even dirtier. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. It was
you can't make situation worse. It's smart to move away, get out, whatever. They're young dudes, though.
Yeah, but he should have never initiated it. He should have never initiated it.
No, but if you watch, I kind of went back and watched that game, the replay. They was getting physical plays before that. And they weren't calling things for during, like Diabate was playing hard. I like that dude, too. He was playing hard against this guy, but then they started pushing each other. You could tell they were getting aggressive. You could see them talking. Which
Right.
they need like a after hours NBA after dark mic'd up show, like live. Just leave it uncut and just leave it. This is what happened. So there's
Right.
no trolling going on. But
Right.
in regards to the Knicks, I love Brunson. I love everybody on our team. Always, like I always say, whatever. Alvarado and Sohan were brought here for one reason. One reason. To make sure that Dante DiVincenzo is not the only person arguing when Embiid's crippling Mitch and taking him
Right.
out, and nobody says nothing. And then Embiid with one eye is still screaming on Dante like, yo, is Dante the only man on our team, bro? And then Desmond Bain slamming the ball at OG. OG's like, hey, what are you doing, buddy? Hey, he's like
Right.
smiling. Hey, shoving,
A
come on,
love tap.
OG, man. Show like, yo, get up and hit him back with a ball. Remember
Mhm.
Marcus Morris smacked the ball in Hachimura's
Oh
face?
yes.
Bam! You're like, yo, even Randall don't play that either. Randall ain't gonna do much. I think Randall's more for show, not for go. But
Right.
his show was pretty intimidating, and that's why he protected himself, and he protected a lot of our team. So that's why we needed, like, I swear we needed that toughness since we lost Randall, especially. Cat is not. I don't want him to do it because then he's gonna get in trouble. He's already not. He apparently has a very low ball IQ in certain situations, or just a lack of common sense. Like I said, he makes the stupidest decisions. Like, geez, come on, bro, you're an all-star. Like, if Rick Pitino, like, yeah, I get you deep into it with Kentucky and like what they allowed him and not allowed him to do. Then he comes to the NBA and he's a three-point shooter. I'm like, where did this come from? But his toughness is not gonna protect him, I guess, like against Embiid. He's gonna be a tough guy, but it's just gonna embarrass himself. That's why we need Sohan and Alvarado. We need that aggressiveness. So Alvarado gets into it with everybody. He ain't gonna let people just be punking. That's why he already started. We need Sohan. You got a problem with his boy? He's coming in. He's getting in like, no. I'm coming in here. JB's cool, but JB's smiling. JB's friendly to everybody in the league. There's no problem with that. Oh, you're gonna be on my podcast next week? Come on, guys, be easy. Same thing with Hart. People ain't gonna violate them, but they're also not gonna not violate our players, and they're not gonna come to our rescue. But I'm just sipping over here. I'm a little choked, so I'm a little
I hear
everywhere,
you.
as always.
That's what's up, man. Hey,
Made the
man,
mistake
this is the
going
night.
with that hypnotic Henny today.
Oh, okay. Man, but hopefully it don't mess you up in the morning, man. But I appreciate the call, man.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. That guy 22. Let's go. So you want to go first with your response? Because there's some things I want to respond to what he said.
I heard bits and pieces.
Oh, okay. Because I turned up the volume. I'm not sure why you can't hear. Maybe because the phone is away from you. You got it mounted, but
Right.
yeah,
I hear you clear, but when the callers call in, like I said, when I heard you started low, then it went up high, then it went up low. I don't know.
Oh, that's weird. Like I got it's loud, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna lie.
Okay.
Like the calls is beyond peaking.
Could be the phone. Could be. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. And I also tested it too. But anyway, it's all good. So I take it on. So what he was saying was he said a lot. Then he said something about Towns. One thing I'm gonna counter that guy 22. Towns got busy with Embiid. I'm sorry. Towns didn't cower to nobody. If you got an example of Towns cowering, he fought Embiid. They were going at that was a real fight. That wasn't like what happened with Charlotte and Detroit. They were going at it. They went to the floor.
Yeah.
So yeah, Towns, yeah. That's why I said you're not gonna put your hands in Towns' face. It's not happening, brother. He's not going for it. And like I said, we seen him with the action. We didn't see him do what Durant did. And yeah, I'm just gonna back. Yeah, no. As far as Brunson, right? Don't sleep on yo. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on the nice guys, bro. Just because Brunson is not as boisterous and he doesn't speak out, those be the guys you don't want to mess with. I'm telling you right now, those are the guys, Mike, The guy who you think is meek and mellow and calm, that will be the guy that gets you. You've seen it all the time. So all the people coming up in New York City, we all seen the guy that talks and da 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 da. But we seen the guy that was quiet, humble, and yeah, don't mess with that quiet, humble dude. So just because Brunson is friendly, and I don't like it, and yes, he has a podcast where he invites guys on, right? But I don't think no one is just walking through Jalen Brunson. I don't see that. And I think that the guys that we have on this team, like you said, like he said, Alvarado will step up. Sohan, I don't think no one's gonna let nothing happen. I don't think Josh Hart will let you do anything to Brunson. I don't foresee Hart or any one of those guys on the floor, and guys are trying to punk Jalen Brunson. But when do you see guys try to punk Jalen Brunson? You know, like when do we ever see that? I never see that. I see them. They try to foul him and they guard him 94 feet, but that's not punking him. They're doing that because they respect him. They're doing that because they're scared that he's going to drop 45. So you better guard him 94 feet and double him, but that's not punking. That's defense. He's a superstar talent. But what do you think about that? Because he was just, he was going all over the place a little bit with backflip from Towns to Brunson. But
as far as with Brunson, yeah, you're right. I've really never seen anybody punk him, but he's another one. He talks with his eyes. You ever notice his eyes
right,
think here? He's got that little strut. He gives you the happy face, like nice to meet you. Then he's got that playoff look where you know what, I'm coming to get you, and I'm gonna slice and dice you in about 1,000 pieces. But
right,
after the timeout, then I'm gonna go to work. I've never seen a guy um, like Brunson with the footwork that he has. And maybe the last one I could think about is probably Kobe. The footwork is tremendous because you know what? He lacks definitely in height. And he's always managing how to get that ball off somehow, one way or another. He's got
right,
counters to the counters to the counters to the counters. So whatever he's doing, he does it very well with anybody that comes up to him. Because when it's money time, it's Brunson time. And we all know that no one does it better than he did. And obviously last year was a great campaign, leading him to be clutch player of the year.
right.
Um, Even I was amazed because I was like, the hype is real. This guy's
Yes,
the real deal. And that, him getting the award was just a stamp. Now I figure, he's not going after that. Now it's on, another level now since he accomplished that goal. But he's definitely got it. And he showed it against Indiana. When I went to that game, he made O'Connell fall to the floor. They were chucking about it, laughing about it after the fact. He just didn't complete the jump shot, but
right.
he had him shattered. And it was
That was
other,
nice.
yeah, he definitely had it. Made a couple other moves too. He's very changing direction in a split of a second. He
Yeah,
goes one way, you think goes another way. And it's funny because his brace is going one way, he's going
yeah.
another way.
He's very
And I,
shifty.
and I think that's part of the deception too. Anything that you could have an advantage in the league is to your benefit. So be it. I that's part of his thing. So um but he does it so well. I you have to definitely appreciate the talent of Jalen Brunson when he steps on that floor. Uh and then I've seen games where he comes in there and holds the fort down, kind of making a statement like not in my house. And then I
Right.
understand why he takes the command of the basketball to take charge to settle the momentum down from the other team. Just kind of telling them back off, you know, um, so that way the game doesn't get out of hand. And I love when I see that because that's when you know he's really hot and he's ready to
Right.
take on the challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. I think that there is a balance, but as long as you say that to SGA, I'm cool. Just don't hype bias me because Luca, no one talks about his dribbling and he does too much dribbling. No one talks about Cade and his dribbling. He does too much dribbling. All these guys got the same level of usage rate or higher than Brunson. So they're doing more dribbling. The ball's in their hands more. But no one speaks about SGA and says, "Oh, he needs to come up off the ball." So that's why I asked that. And the only reason why they're coming at Brunson is the height bias. He's 6'2". Like, what does that have to do? They can't guard him. They got to send the 6'8" guy, then the 6'9" guy, then two of them. I
But
mean, it's the same
but
concept.
you know something, Karan? When I saw that game, it was just one game though. He fell into the trap that specific game. He wasn't coming through, and I saw it. I saw forcing the action when it should have been work into the flow and get your shot, but he was forcing it, and that's when I started seeing the stop, the short shots, um, him not getting to be comfortable within the game, and then that's when
Right.
I started seeing the guys kind of just like, okay, well, go ahead, do your thing. Um, so that's really the only thing, just kind of
Right.
like everything else, learn from it, move forward, try not to duplicate what happened that game, and
Right.
understand, it's a supporting cast, man. It's 5 guys on the squad. But if you see if it's not working, don't continue doing it.
Right.
That's my
Yeah.
personal opinion on that, right? Because it's
Yeah,
kind of
that's old school basketball. Like, if you don't got it going,
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta change it. Yo,
And
don't
then
continue to do the same thing. Yeah. Nah, I got you.
let somebody else that maybe come back to you. Maybe it'll start
Right.
getting you back into the flow. Because sometimes, when you take a lot of threes, sometimes the biggest shot is the layup, man. That's the
Right.
one that gets you warmed up right there,
Yeah.
right in front. A nice little finger
Yeah,
roll.
no, I'm with you. Like, if you're not hitting that shot,
Yeah.
and the Knicks have shown, that's one thing I will give the credit. They have shown it in games where when that shot ain't falling, they'll get 60, 70 paint points. Now there's times when they don't, and that's usually when they lose. But this offense, they have the versatility to do both. To do, get the layup and shoot the three. But if that three ball is not falling,
Mhm.
you got to get inside. Same thing with Towns. Don't just shoot me to death and settle for these deep threes because you're the best shooting big man in history.
Mhm.
Okay, that's cool, but it ain't falling tonight, big fella. We need to get something a little closer to the basket. Whatever happened to the stop and pop and mid range? Like, that's why Brunson is elite, because he has that. A lot of these guys is three basket, nothing in
Mhm.
between.
Yeah.
Towns just needs to. All right, you know what? I'm gonna invest this summer. I'm gonna invest in the 18-foot jump shot. So that way I don't gotta drive all the way. I got the skill to stop, and that's it. That's all he gotta do.
If I
That's the
recall,
evolution
yeah,
for Towns.
if I recall correctly, in Kentucky, Towns played in the post a lot of the
Right.
times when he had Cauley Stein and he had the other guy. What was the other guy's name? The guard?
He had Stein. He had Booker was on that team, I think.
Booker, right?
But Booker was off the bench.
They had an all-star
Damn.
cast in Kentucky with Calipari back then. I remember that.
It was crazy. They had a platoon system.
But what I'm trying to
5
say
guys
is
in,
that
5 guys out.
what I'm trying to say is that when I see him now taking from the top of the key, I like that once in a blue one. I don't like it all the time. But I
No,
like
me
the
either.
cat, and I can't remember this. I remember Alvarado drove to the basket. I think he stopped at the free throw line, saw it. I'm not sure if it was Mitchell Robinson or Cat, but he fed him the ball in the post and he went right to the hole. Easy 2 points. That's
Yeah.
something that's missing that they can,
That
go out,
Alvarado brings.
kind of, because we're not taking, how do I say this, creating easier shots, simplify the shot,
That's what. Yep.
to
I
also
agree with
speed up
that.
the pace, get points, and that was an easy dump into Towns, man. 2 points, and it worked right in our favor. And we do everything the reverse. Start from the top of the key, do your favorite move.
That's Mike
Karan.
Brown.
Do your favorite move, Karan.
But
The hook.
that's Mike Brown. So, like, some of your criticism needs to go to Mike Brown. Like, what are you telling these guys?
Mhm.
You see Brunson. All right, Brunson's taking all these shots. Are you telling him in the huddle, hey, tonight's not your night. We need to come off and swing it. Are you telling him that? Or are you just like, go ahead, Brunson, do your thing? Because coaching has to play a role in that. And what I like about Jose, he's gonna bring that pick and roll there, because he's a pick and roll traditional kind of point guard. Like,
Absolutely.
Mike, perfect example, right? So Jose first game, I'm running pick and roll. That's a universal. No matter what your playbook is, We could run pick and roll. Very few teams don't have pick and roll in their arsenal, right? Most teams have some sort of pick and roll action. So I've been running that my whole life. All right, Mitch, get over here. We're going to run this little pick and roll. I just hope he tells him, dive hard, get out of there, please. When you said that, get out, I need the space. So I could go downhill, or I could do what I got to do, or I could find somebody else. And Jose is going to bring that. He's going to force Towns. All right, Towns, you running this pick and roll action? I'm looking for you to dive hard, or I'm looking for you to just stay at that nail area. I'm going to give you, you're going to have some space, or I'm looking for you to go to the box. We're only doing the screen for space and to get you a little closer to the basket. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I like from Jose, man. But
I got a
but anything else you'd like to add, Melo?
I got a question for you. Would you agree, or would you agree or disagree, or what is your stance on that Alvarado is more of a point guard in the sense of looking for little things like that, while Jalen Brunson's more of just a plain scorer and on attack mode than looking for the dump in? Because I see that recently. I have seen a couple of alley-oops to Mitchell Robinson, and it's nice to see him to look for that easy too. You know, they're right there.
Yeah.
But what's your take on that?
I think Brunson could be whatever you want him to be. I think that he was asked to be this guy once they saw he could do it after year one. They doubled down because Randall was the first option his first year.
Okay.
And then second year, he magically became the first option. And then, of course, Randall the shoulder situation and all that stuff. So Coach Tibbs and these guys, you know, they wanted him to be the man. That's why they call him captain. He's the number one option. This is what they want from him. My issue is that the play calling, some of the issues that we put on Brunson, I feel should go to Mike Brown, because Brown, listen, I know we got this and we watched basketball for 30, 40 years, whatever the time, right? But yo, somebody on that bench knows more than what we know. And they got to see it too. And it's not just seeing it, it's calling it out and implementing it. So I think Brunson could do whatever we want him to. I think Brunson could be compatible with Giannis. At first, I was like, I don't think so. But if you watch Brunson from Dallas, he comes from Villanova. He comes from scenarios where he's not the man. He was a second-round pick. So he's been in those scenarios where he could be the second option or he could be more passive. It's up to the coach and those guys to implement that in the system. And that's not what you got because, you know, Mike Brown's system is guard-oriented. De'Aaron Fox was averaging 26 and 7. Or no, 26 and like just under 6 under Mike Brown's system. So his system is kind of like Steve Kerr's system. You know, Steph Curry is not the assist man, or he's not the number one playmaker for others in that Golden State system. Yeah, he does it at times, but he's off the ball quite frequently, and he's coming off multiple screens. And Draymond Green is probably one of the best screen setter in NBA history. As much as we don't like that guy, he is the master at setting screens. So I'm saying you never see an offensive foul with Draymond setting screen. Never. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. He's
very good.
Curry just very
good.
Let me tell you how good he is, right, Mike? You know Steph Curry's getting the ball. You know it. And you still can't stop him coming off that screen. You know it's going to happen. All right, this is what we're going to. He's still coming off the screen. He's still catching the ball. He's still hitting the three.
Listen, I saw the mindset and the work ethic back in Michigan State. So once he came into Golden State and his game just, you know, took it to the next level, he doesn't really need to score, but his whatever else he does, the rebounding, the chirping, but he backs it up because you know what? He hustles. He works hard. And he's the guy you love to hate, but the guy you want on your team.
Yeah. He's really good defensively.
He's really good. I try to take nothing away from him. When it comes to that, you know what I mean? As much as I
try to dump on him. Trust me, I did. Yeah. I tried to.
Another situation where you gotta give him his respect. What he does well.
No, he does it well.
Yeah.
He's great in his role.
Yeah.
They had that debate: is he better than Rodman? And I know I'm gonna get into the NBA stuff a little later, but I ain't gonna lie, man. If you want to say defensively rebounding, Rodman,
yeah.
maybe.
Scoring,
But
I give it to him on Draymond.
Overall, like offense, if you add the offensive factor to the game, Draymond is good defensively, bro. I'm not saying Rodman was great defensively, but Draymond is up there, bro. We don't want to admit it, but he's up there, bro. Because he didn't had he hadn't had the battles Rodman had.
And Rodman battled everybody.
Rodman had battles.
Olajuwon, Ewing, Barkley, right?
Yes. Malone.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Malone. I mean, every power forward in the 90s.
He got into it with everybody. And got into
everybody. And then when he was with Detroit, he was playing small forward. Oakley.
What about Oakley? He got into it with Oakley.
Everybody. And then he played small forward. And he was defensive player of the year coming off the bench. So I'm not going to say Draymond is better than Rodman defensively. But if you factor in the offense, I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. Maybe I gotta have that on NBA Saturday one day, man. But I know you said you only had 3 hours, so if you want to say something or
if you need me to stay, I'll stay. If you need me to stay, bro.
So what we could do is we could take a brief intermission.
Okay.
I'm gonna give me something to eat.
I'm here to keep you awake,
and we'll be back
bro.
like, huh? Yeah, I'll be back, and then I got my man Big Dog coming on at 12. So it's gonna be good. So what it will do, we'll be back like 10, 15 minutes. I'm not a fast eater, because I don't want to. I want to stay online. So continue smashing the like button. I'm gonna play a little clip, and we'll be back. Okay, and so Mike, if you want to hang around, you could, and we'll be back.
Okay, you got it.
So big time salute to y'all in the building. We still got Mike behind the scenes. So what we'll do in the interim, we'll put something on. Maybe trying to think if there's a moment on the stream we could watch. Maybe we'll just deal with some of the early content. All right, so I see you guys. Wanted to come. The only thing we could have got was Amari Stoudemire, who knees was on his final days. Big time salute to Amari Stoudemire. Every time I talk about Amari, I don't want no one to feel like I'm taking a shot at Amari, because I'm actually saluting Amari because he actually wanted to come to New York. And then before him was T-Mac. When T-Mac made the statement, I'm here, everybody else could come. But this was a T-Mac that was done. This wasn't the T-Mac from Toronto and the Houston T-Mac. This wasn't that T-Mac that we got, bro. I love T-Mac. Big time salute to T-Mac once again. Oh, nope. Damn, I paid the wrong. I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. Big time salute to my man T-Mac. Big time salute. I didn't mean to go there. I didn't mean to go there. But Melo, he demanded a trade to New York. And a lot of you guys, and we could talk about this too. This is the 24-hour show. We got the OG topic I added. Now we could talk about Melo with the farewell tour as well. Okay? Carmelo Anthony brought the Knicks out of the doldrums. And you want me to believe that brother don't deserve to have his jersey in MSG because he didn't win the championship? He's one of the greatest players ever. He took us to the postseason, dog, and gave us hope. We didn't have hope before Melo. That's why when you talk about the trade, they traded all of these guys. Half of you don't even remember the guys that was in the trade. You know what? I'm not even going to say the guys in the trade. Don't Google it either. Don't Google it. I want y'all to call up if you guys have a problem with Melo, and I need you to name the guys that was in the trade. If you can't name the guys that was in the trade, that is a problem. Okay, we making our way along. We got some super chats. Okay, so I'm riding with you, AP, my man. Is that? I'm just gonna call you. I'm gonna call you LW, all right? Or P? Is that PLN? Okay. Big time salute to my man PLN with the big time super chat. He says, Jeremy Sohan effect. I'm sorry, Jeremy Sohan effect. YouTube just popped your stream on my feed. Poland, we in the building? Okay. So big, hold on. First off, we gotta give a big time salute to Poland. We love the international support. And I know I'm gonna be dealing with a lot of international support in the wee hours. So we do welcome the international support, man. So that's what that was, PLN. So I'm gonna still call you PLN, but that's the Poland equivalent to dollars, okay? But big time salute to you for the PLN. I do appreciate that. And so I gotta give you a big time salute. But he said, okay, Sohan, all right. And second noticeable, oh, and he's the second most noticeable after Gortat. Okay, big time salute. All right. I'm riding with you, Poland, in the building, man. Poland representing, man. Listen, if we got people from Poland supporting and doing what they got to do, you guys got to do your part too. The first thing you got to do is continue to get the likes up. All right. That's the theme of today. You can't be watching this show and don't like the video. All right. I need the support. I need YouTube to see, yo, this guy, this crazy guy, all right, is doing a 24-hour stream. He's a Knicks fan. Give him all of the light in the world. How you can help us by hitting the like button. And there's no way in the world you can't be subscribed. All right, you have to subscribe and watching this show. Now, oh yeah, really quickly, that's what I keep forgetting. I wanted to check some, and I keep putting it to the side. Next, you know, 3 hours will go by. I gotta get another window on the screen. Hold on, give me 2 seconds while I do this. But yeah, man, Karl-Anthony, he deserves to have his jersey in the Raptors, yo. I don't care what they try to say. If you disagree, you could call up. I'll let you get your call off. I'm not somebody that's going to rush you off the line, all right? Just because you're saying something that I disagree with. No, I invite the discourse because I feel like Knicks fans need a platform where you can have level-headed Knicks talk. Not just Knicks talk, level-headed Knicks talk. It's a difference, all right? All right, we speak from an informed position here. And I also will address what you say as well. You know, I may not get to everything, but I will address it. Okay, cool. So I'm good on the windows. All right, bet. Let me just do my thing here. And hold on, I think I got some more super chats as well. Uh-oh, that guy 22. By the way, I think that guy 22, I'm not sure if I gave it to you, but I think I owe you a call back, that guy 22, just for future reference if you ever want to use it. But okay, he answered the question. Well, no, you got Chandler wrong though. Chandler wasn't in the trade, that guy 22. So you see, big time, first of all, big time salute to you, that guy 22. You know, you just so happened to send in the super chat, you know. No, that wasn't the package. That wasn't the package. So if y'all want to guess again, see, that's why the fact that we get the package wrong, right? No, okay, you know, Chandler was the deal. I'm thinking Tyson Chandler. So yes, Wilson Chandler. I'm thinking Tyson Chandler. My bad. So Wilson Chandler was there. Felton was there. Gallinari, but you're still missing the other guy. So you see my point? Him sending the super chat proves my point. That they're forgettable guys, bro. Big time salute to Wilson Chandler, though. He's not a forgettable guy. I met Wilson Chandler. He's a great guy. I'm not, once again, when I do what I'm doing, I'm not taking shots at people. I'm just talking basketball, bro. Those guys were not winning us no playoff series. We had to do the Melo trade. But it was also Moskov, by the way. Moskov was that guy. Big time salute to my man Melo Mike in there with the Moskov. But yeah, it was Chandler. My fault. I'm thinking Tyson Chandler for some reason. Wilson Chandler. My fault. Okay? Yeah, but Chandler was in the trade. But it was also Timothy Mozgov. Okay. 3 of those guys are like, come on, dog. I'm not gonna say which 3. But 3, and then we wind up getting Felton. We wind up getting Felton back. Oh my God, man. But yeah. Hold on. I did get another notification. Let me see. Okay, okay, got you, Max. Max, you gotta understand, I'm dealing with small fonts, and the screen is not right there. My desk is pretty big, so I'm dealing with small fonts. All right, I'm used to seeing stuff big. I'm a big font guy, you know. But yeah, keep the calls coming, man. 646-995-8389. My man Malik Beasley, breaking news. He's going to be playing with Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico. Big time. By the way, Puerto Rico, first off, you got to give a big time salute to Puerto Rico. Stole the show Sunday, bro. Stole the show, bro. Bad Bunny, I wasn't listening to his music like that before, but bro, he got some. I'm like, I don't speak Spanish, but I'm like, bro, the man is fire, dog. He represented for the Latino community. Let me tell you something, man. They did their thing out there, bro. They killed it. I love it. I love the performance. I also love what Jose did to Boston. I love seeing Boston getting done off. And what Jose was able to do, man, Jose, GTA, yo. I know that every Knicks player is my favorite player, but Jose's becoming one of my favorite players, dog. They put on, man. Big time salute. They represent it. That's what you want to do. And then he represents Brooklyn too. So, you know, I try to be, I'm the objective fan, but you know, when you say Brooklyn, it's hard for me not to be like, yeah, New York City salute, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me not to do that. Big time, big time, big time, big time. So yeah. So that's the point that I was trying to say with Melo though too. Like that Melo is somebody, you know, the guys that we traded for him, they're not memorable guys, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's not like we gave up OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and Mitchell Robinson for Melo. Nah, that's stop. You gotta relax. And by the way, to link it to the Giannis trade, because that's what we've been making these comparison trades for. Giannis is first team. Melo is high level, but Giannis he's first team MVP, 50 ball in the finals. I mean, defensive player of the year, 2-time MVP. Let me get that right. Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know, I struggle with the Euro names, but Giannis Antetokounmpo. You notice how I say that right? Because I'm preparing myself for when that brother comes to New York. And damn, I wish I had, next week, listen. Next week, there's going to be some new merch. Now, it may get some of you guys upset, and it may get some of you guys hyped, but I got some ideas for some merch coming. Big time salute to my man AP for the super chat. He says, lots of Knicks folks should be honored. It should be about what you did while your time was here, right? Melo, Starks, even Marv Albert, who's the greatest radio announcer of all time. That's a fact. That is a fact. And yes, big time salute to AP. He said, yo, we got to hit that goal, man. We definitely inching our way towards that goal. Super chat count wise, I think we got we got 10 more to go, I think. Super chat wise. We get 10 more supers, we're going to do the giveaway. But AP, yo, big time salute, AP. You're 100% right. I mean, these guys need to be honored for what they've done. We're not talking about guys who are honorable, who are dishonorable, or guys who are just all right. We're talking about Karl-Anthony here. Big time salute. That guy 22. Where do you want to go?
Was bueno. Salute. Congratulations on this 24.
Do I owe you a call back?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I'll take one if you're going to do it. It don't matter.
Listen, no, you get 5 minutes. You're a channel member, so channel members get 5 minutes off the top. Where do you want to go, brother?
Well, honestly, I was just going to fill the time, and this Carmelo thing is killing me right here. Because, yo, I love Carmelo. I think he deserves his jersey up in the building because he is a Knick great, period. End of story. No questions about that. The trade we made, in my opinion, this is all I'm saying, We got Melo out of it, but it was a stupid trade because we diminished the team so bad that year. That team was promising. I mean, we weren't going anywhere. We weren't going to win no championships, but we were playing tough. We were playing together. We should have waited till the end of the year when he was a free agent. And I know they were scared because what LeBron did to us and what. And remember,
Mm-hmm.
when McGrady was supposed to come, so was Tim Duncan around that time, or Grant Hill. It was supposed to be two of the three, and we got
Right.
zero. And then Amari came,
Mm-hmm.
so we got Melo.
But we
But
did get T-Mac. I know you don't remember, but
we
T-Mac
got an
was with
old
the
team,
Knicks.
man. Yeah, we got
We
an
got an
old team,
old
man.
ass. But you talking about before that? I got you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, way
No, you
before
talking about
that when
before
he
that?
was
Yeah, we
leaving
way before
Toronto.
that. Yeah, yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you're right.
And when Tim Duncan was a free agent too back then, and that's when David
I
Robinson
know
had just
exactly what you're
retired.
talking about. Yep.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
we should have waited because
Okay.
Gallinari would have been nasty next to Melo. Felton was so comfortable on the Knicks. His career changed after that when he left the Knicks. His career totally changed. Timothy was a serviceable center, but then we would have just got Tyson Chandler next year, like we did, or later on that year, and it would have been Tyson Chandler and Timothy at center. We would have been set. And then I love Chandler was a different player too when he left. He went from averaging I can't remember, but I know he used to score 20 quite often with us because we really didn't have that many scores. But we had a team
Mm-hmm.
of role players that were perfect to add Melo. Just like this team we have now is a bunch of role players perfect for Brunson and someone else. That someone else should have been Cat, but Cat's going to make us proud. Hopefully, make us happy about it. But
Hopefully.
I'm just
Hopefully.
saying, I love I love having Melo. I love the Knicks. I was just very disappointed at the time we made the trade, and I was like, I don't want to do the same thing for Giannis. I don't want to gut the team for Giannis. I like the guy. He would definitely make us better, but he may also the trade may set us back a couple of years so we can get that chemistry back and restock that roster. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So I just want to I'm going to respond to a couple of things.
Yeah.
Because you said a lot. Remember, see, here's what we don't remember, right? The CBA was changing, and there was fear that there would be less money. So Melo would have had to take a pay cut to come to New York, right? And we wasn't sure that the Knicks would be able to get him. There was a lot of uncertainty at that point in time. So that's why they were pushing for the trade to happen. So that way they don't have to deal with, because I'm telling you right now, if the summer would have came, I don't think he would have came to New York. I really don't believe it. And we had to move some of that salary to make some space for him to get here, right? We didn't have the salary enough to keep everyone. And then you might not have gotten Chandler. You might have had Melo with Moscow, right? I think the team actually panned out to be a little bit better because that's a point that you kind of highlighted some of where I want to go, where they added Chandler, and because Chandler's better than Moscow, right? And then we got Felton back. So even though we traded Felton, we wound up getting him back anyway.
Back when we got Felton back, he was chubby and fat.
He had one good year though. That first year, he was all right. After that first year, I agree. He wasn't good. But that first year when we went to the second round, he was okay. You know?
We broke his heart, man, when we traded him. I'm telling you, we broke that kid's heart when we traded him.
Oh yeah, he loved New York, man. Oh my God, yeah, he was so happy when he came. Yeah, I agree.
Like we did something that's hard to do. Like chemistry is one of the hardest things to do. It's even harder than building a roster because you could get all the right players, but they just don't play right. They can't. They won't mesh. Like if Cat came in and was like, or Brunson, even, and I hate to say it, if Brunson did what he did against the last game against Philly and was like, you know what, I'm going straight facilitator, boy, and I'm just gonna take my open shots when I get them, and I'm gonna let this team run like a well-oiled machine and just play a role. The Knicks can win like that, but I don't want. I want to have a leader that it comes clutch time, it's over. That's it. We know where we're going. Everybody knows where we're going. Just like when Jordan, when it was clutch time for Jordan, everybody knew that it was who was getting the ball, who's taking that shot, who's going to make that decision. But
I got a question. If Brunson was 6'6", would you feel that way?
Yeah, I feel the same. Brunson, I don't care about the height. That kid is money. He's money. Like, I know he has the bad game everyone. Nobody's perfect. Just like I said the other day, nobody's perfect. But he succeeds more than he would be way better, of course, I think. 6'6", you can't go wrong. but he might
So
not
what
be
about
as
SG? So
deceiving
so
and quick.
so should SGA pass the ball more and just be a system guy?
I don't,
Because he gets
you
his
know what? I don't
buckets.
watch them, but I don't. When I watch them, I don't watch all their games. I watch quite a few of them. He's a ball hog when he's on the
Okay,
court,
that's all that.
and he gets a lot
Thank
of
you, that guy
calls.
22. Hey,
He gets a lot of calls.
I respect it. Nah, you said what I wanted. That's a because I just want to give the same energy around. That's all.
Oh
Because
yeah,
they
yeah,
say
yeah,
it
yeah.
about Brunson, but they don't say about these other guys, and it's usually because of the hype.
Because
That's
they
why.
are on the
Because I feel like
Knicks.
people are
Because
hype
they are not
biased.
on the Knicks. That's why. Yo,
That
we're
too.
the
Yeah, that too.
easiest team to hate on. We're the
Yo,
easiest
that
team to hate on because of our fans. I swear. I love our
nah,
fans.
yeah,
I
you
love
hit it.
us. We're the
Mm-hmm.
easy. We have the heaviest jersey in the league, bro. The
Right.
heaviest.
That's a
Nobody
fact.
has the pressure that can play.
10
Like when you come to the Knicks,
seconds.
you instantly got mad pressure on you. That's why
That's
nobody
a
wants.
fact.
That's why Melo was a man, and he was like, "Yo, bring me home,
That's a
bring me
fact, man.
home."
Yo, that guy. I appreciate you, man. Great call.
Yes,
Great
sir.
call.
I'll be talking to you later on too. I was just gonna
Yeah,
wait till
yeah, I'm
tonight.
here.
I wanted to talk about the
Mm-hmm.
Melo thing today. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
no doubt. Salute. Good luck the rest
Salute,
of the
salute.
night.
Yeah,
Get some
I'm
start
here.
drinking them Red Bulls.
Brother, I'm here, brother. All right, man. I appreciate you.
That's
Big
what's up.
time. Big time. Dude, that guy 22 in the building. There was something I wanted to say. Oh, damn. I was trying to, and it was something I wanted to say. Hold on. Just make sure I got the okay. I'm good on the producer side. Ha ha ha. Yeah, Nick's recap is funny. He said get some sleep. Yeah, man. I ain't getting no sleep tonight. I'm working, man. This is what I enjoy doing this. This is what I do, yo. I love talking basketball. Sometimes I get off the stream. OG Nick fan will call me. I'm talking to him for another hour. I'm about to say about what I just talked about. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But yeah, we're getting close to our goals, y'all. Let's keep it going. We definitely gotta get the subscribers up. You know, as I'm talking about the subscribers, the producer sent me a friendly reminder. We definitely need to continue to get the subscribers up. So if you are watching this stream and you're not subscribed, you are out of bounds. This is a stream that is for to help us reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. So we noticed in the last 28 days that 56.6% of you guys are not subscribed. So that means out of the people that's in the building right now, at least 56% of you are not subscribed. So hit that button. All right. And it'll definitely help us in the algorithm. So that way we can get some more, all right, people to come to check us out because I want this to snowball like an avalanche. And before you know it, 10,000 subscribers. And you're here witnessing history because it's the first time we've ever done that. By the way, we got the subscriber giveaway, man. The 5K. All we got to do is get the 5,000 subscribers and we giving away stuff. That's it. It's simple. We got to hit the mark. So half of you guys are not subscribed. More than half of you guys are not subscribed. Please hit the button so we can get close to our goal. Let me see what else I want to do. I see that super chat. Big time salute to my man Jose for the super chat. He says, good luck, KP, on your mission to 10K with Max, the super producer. How you like GTA, Shamit, Mo, JS, that's Sohan, and Mitch. Ooh, off the bench, a defensive lineup. I like it, but I don't think all those guys should play, bro. I think that we need to stay with the 9-man rotation. I think that the key for us, because here's the problem why I don't like having all of these guys. Because I got to all the channel members, when this stream is over, I got like 36 or 37 unfiltered thought videos. And I'll be breaking down a lot of stuff. I got a lineup tearing down the 12-man video tearing down the 12-man lineup. Like completely dumping on it. And this is right before I love when I do content because sometimes I'm like, damn, yeah, I can't be right all this time. All these times I can't be this right. But I be right a lot, bro. I use the 82-night system, so I keep track of everything. All right? When it comes to basketball and stats, I keep track of everything. All right. So I noticed the trend. I said, yo, we're playing too many guys. Mike Brown has this tendency of, I just want to put all these guys in the game. It doesn't work because now I'm going to give 4 minutes here and 3 minutes here and that and that. No, just give all those 3 minutes to one guy. Let him develop in the system. So now when Shamet comes in the game, Shamet is getting 10 minutes off the bench. You see what I'm saying? Like he's getting that consistency. What I'm scared about, Jose, right? Because on paper, it looks great. And I know Mike Brown is like me with notes everywhere. Right? I got notes. These are my scouting reports. This is all scouting reports right here. This is other teams. This is not our team. This is all scouting reports. See all of this right here? This is my proto 82 nights. This is my 82 nights. Look at that. Look at all those pages right there. All right. And we still got 30 games to go. All right. So I'm telling you right now, Mike Brown got way more papers than me. So he's seeing all these guys. Okay, I'm going to play this guy 2 minutes, this guy 3 minutes, this guy da-da-da-da. I'm like, whoa, we got to relax. We got to slow it down. Like, what are we doing here? You can't play all of these guys. I know you want to, but that's what I'm concerned about. Here's my other concern, Jose. I hear what you're saying. GTA, Shamet, Mo, Sohan, Mitch. I like it. The reason why I don't want all of those guys, and maybe I need to take my Sohan bias out of this, because when I say Sohan bias, I'm thinking about shooting. I can't afford to have two guys that can't shoot on the floor at the same time. So the Sohan and Mitch, I got to see the numbers on it. That's how I'm thinking. I got to see the numbers on Sohan and Mitch. So I don't know how they're going to do. I don't want to make it like they're going to do bad because I'm optimistic. I think we're going to do major things, New York City. So I don't want to seem like I'm being pessimistic and, this guy can't shoot. I don't want to bring that energy in the brother that ain't played not one game yet. All right? But I am concerned about having two dudes. I pray that Sohan hasn't regressed and become like Ben Simmons where he don't want to shoot. Because now I got two guys on the floor that don't want to shoot. It's easy to guard you now. Now I can key in on Bridges.